Hello, today I'm going to show you guys how clipping masks work. Clipping masks are relatively straightforward. If you had a very large image and you only wanted, part of that image in your file, or there's too much black space, so you just wanted to isolate any object within an image very easily, the key to any of that is with a clipping mask. So clipping masks are very straightforward. They're not hard to do. They're a little tedious, but all you actually need is some image and the pen tool. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how we would get started. So we'll take this image right here from Google, go over to copy, back to Illustrator, paste, and let's say we didn't just look up basketball online, but we found something like this, and we thought this basketball looked really neat, and we wanted to isolate this basketball from the rest of the picture. So what we would do is we would zoom in very close to this basketball here, and we would do our best to try to trace this entire basketball using either the curvature tool or the pen tool. So I'll do a pretty quick drawing here, or a quick shading here. And so one thing you want to make sure of is that the appearance is clear. That way you can actually see how your tracing's doing. But like I said, all you have to do is just trace the image. And you can trace it as close as you want to. It depends on how high of a quality clipping mask you want, and you'll see how high quality the clipping mask can be, because I already did one in a different file here on the left, so I'll show you guys that in just a second. So this is just a quick one, so I can show you just kind of how the clipping mask works. So you just do a complete trace just like this up until you get back to your starting point, like so. Ooh. Okay, and then we make sure that everything that you want in this clipping mask, so if we go back to 25%, that everything we want is isolated alone in its own file. That's very important. You hit Control A to highlight everything, and then if you're a Mac user, Command A works fine. You go over to Object and hit Clipping Mask, and you hit Make. And when you do that, you should see that the basketball is very highlighted. And because I zoomed in so closely to trace this basketball, it looks very good this far apart. But if we zoom in, we should actually see that I probably cut off some pixels. So as you can actually kind of see, it is a little wonky looking when we're very zoomed in, but if we're only at like 100% magnification, we can't really tell the difference. So that's what clipping masks are for, and they're pretty powerful. So a more practical view is, so you can take that image and put it just about wherever you want. A more practical view can be something like this. So say I wanted to just trace over this player right here. So I took a long time to actually trace it. I zoomed in very closely. This entire trace probably took about 5 minutes, right? It's probably still not the best trace. You can zoom in very closely and get every single individual pixel. However you want to do things, it's completely up to you. But again, the same process follows. Hit Control A, go over to Object, and hit Clipping Mask, and go over to Make. Oh no, it's not working. Hold on. Let's go back to 25% magnification. Okay, let's try that again. Sometimes it's a little finicky. And then just like that, you have this perfectly isolated picture, so you can put it wherever you want. Perfect for anything that you want to have, I guess, kind of the Jordan logo going in there. So that's just a good example of that. So you can do that just about any picture you want. So it's really good for deleting all that negative space. So you can go over now, hit File, Edit Colors, and go over to Convert to Grayscale, so things are a lot easier to image trace and stuff like that, and you can just kind of go from there. So that's what clipping masks are useful for, and hopefully you found this video useful. It's a very good way to deal with a lot of graphics online, so thank you.